Hello and welcome to my home. I'm here with some real life help for when life gets real. And what that means is I am here to help you create a home that you love and that blesses you every day. In this video, I'm bringing you some motivation for cleaning and organization. I'm starting out in my dining room at night. This was actually the same night that I was doing the moonlight cleaning in the kitchen. This is a rare look of me cleaning at night because this is not a normal occurrence. Usually all my cleaning happens during the day. But one thing that you're going to see in this video is how often we return to the same spots every day. We all do it, we all know it, we get frustrated by it, but it is part of our superpower, is the ability to go back again and again and again and clean those spaces and make them into something that blesses us. I couldn't completely straighten out my chairs because there's the cat Woozy having a little snooze on one of them. While we wait for our new countertops to arrive, our dining room is part kitchen and part dining room. But you know, that is the theme of 2020. I think it's just whatever is coming at you, you gotta roll with it. Drop me a smiley face emoji in the comment section if you are specializing in rolling with 2020. It's the next morning now, and I'm starting out by getting my bedroom tidied up for the day and getting my bed made. While I'm motivating you with today's projects, I wanted you to think for a minute while I clean about exactly what you have overcome this year. Take a moment and make a mental list of what you have persevered through. I bet you're like me and you've wanted to hide under the bed a time or two, but have you? No, you have not. And why? You have not because you are an overcomer, because you are amazing. You have prayed and God is helping you. You have been knocked down. You've watched your family get knocked down. My kids are like your kids, and they've been lonely and they've struggled to be quarantined at home without seeing friends. We've struggled through a life-threatening pandemic. We've struggled with the fear of the pandemic, and some of us have been personally touched by it. But yet we've gotten up every day and we have done what needs to be done. It's not always pretty, is it? But we have done it day by day. We've gotten up and we've tried again. Some days have gone better than others. Some days we've failed and some days we've succeeded. Some days the house is clean and peaceful and everyone's happy with each other. And some days it's a hot mess and we're all at each other's throats. But we have not stopped trying. Through hits to our finances, through hits to our health, we have not stopped once, and we are hopefully noticing those simple little pleasures of life like this one. We gather up those times where sometimes we walk in on one of our kids, even if he's an adult, doing some dishes for us, getting it done, having a good attitude about it, and even singing a worship song. Those are the moments we need to take notice of. We need to write it down and gather up those blessings every day and convince ourselves on those hot mess days that all isn't lost, that what we're running is definitely a marathon and not a sprint, and that maybe, just maybe, everything's going to be okay after all. After all, nothing that we're going through has taken God by surprise. He's still on the throne, He's still in control, and He still helps us and gives us the grace to get through each day. How many times this week would you say that you have tidied and cleaned your kitchen? I bet if you actually counted how many times, even you would be shocked. And will it ever be perfect? Probably not. But our house is one huge billboard that reminds us that we can conquer problems. We can even attack the same thing over and over. We can win over the mundane, and we can create order from chaos. Even better, we can create a space for our family to live and love and thrive and grow. Our work in the home is so very important, even though it feels like the mundane. It feels like I'm just doing the same thing over and over and over, and I start to feel like a hamster on a wheel, and it starts to feel like it doesn't matter. But let me tell you, it does, and I'm going to tell you why. Our home is the place that we not only live, but it is the place where we prepare each day to go out into the world. Peace and calm in our home gives us the clear mental space to create vision for our lives, to consider the problems of the world and to pray over them, and to decide what exactly we will do to change the world for the better. Here I am at this dining room table, not even 24 hours after the last time you saw me cleaning the dining room table. You know, it could get frustrating if I let it, but I have to remember all that happens on this table. At this table, my family is fed and nourished. This is the table where my family reconnects with each other every day. This is a very valuable piece of furniture. Now I'm moving into the kitchen to start an organizing project, and this is a bit later in the day. I'm trying to be very intentional and think about what tasks do we do in each spot in the kitchen, and how can I set it up so that we're more efficient in those areas. And I want you to look behind me at the dining room table. You saw me clean it earlier. This is after lunch, and look, it needs to be cleaned up again. And this is what I'm talking about. And I know I'm not alone. I know it's you too. You are persevering through all of these moments of the day, and you're doing it again and again and again. And so often you feel like a failure, but you need to see the success of all of those things that you haven't given up on. When you clean that table for the 15th time of the day, I want it to remind you that you're not giving up on your table, and you're not giving up on the situations in the world and what you can do to make this world a better place. And it starts right here in our home. I want to make a little shift right now, and I want you to think about what you want your house to look like. How clean is clean for you? And what is keeping you from achieving it? Because I'd like to focus some videos here in the future before summer's over on these very things that keep us from having the home that we want to have. I believe if we work on this together now, then when fall comes and perhaps things do go back to a lot busier schedule and activities do start back up again, that we'll be prepared and have already overcome some of the challenges that have kept us from having the home that we want to have. Here are some of the obstacles that I thought of, and I want you to let me know if there's one of these that resonates with you, or if you can think of another thing that is keeping you from being able to achieve the home that you want and the level of clean that you want. Perhaps it's that you have a busy schedule and you don't have enough time. Perhaps you have chronic illness. Maybe you have chronic exhaustion. Are you struggling with anxiety? Are you struggling with having a family that's very messy and refuses to help you clean? Do you struggle with low energy? What would you say it is that really does keep you from being able to maintain your home? I would love it if you would drop it in the comments section below. I struggle with chronic pain. 14 years ago, I blew 2 discs in my lower back, and that has really slowed me down. The style of cleaning video on YouTube is to speed it up like you have here. Honestly, nobody wants to watch you slowly go through your home. It's boring. I want you to understand that your brain is a little bit tricked as you watch me clean, because it looks like I am buzzing through my house at lightning speed and that I never stop, and that is simply not true. In most cases, I work at about a 30-minute sprint, and then I take a break, and then I go back to it. I rely pretty heavily on my morning routine, the evening routine I've set for my family, and having that one chore that I ask each kid to do every day, and being very strategic in what I ask them to do. When I get going on a project and don't want to stop, I promise you by the end of the night, I am in a heap. and I'm very stiff. I'm in my mid-50s, people. I'm very stiff from my back. It's radiating down my leg, and I'll be having a hard time if I am not pacing myself through the day. I would love if I could help you achieve your goals in your home. I would love it if we all got to a place where someone stops by, and even if there's a little mess out, because we have a routine and we know when it's going to be picked up, we're not stressed out to open that door and put on a kettle of water for tea and sit and enjoy that person without freaking out for what they might have seen as they walk through our door. But even more than that, I would love if we could come together as a community and help each other to create a home that is a place of peace and serenity for our families as we struggle through the storms of life together. Our comments section has been a very positive place, and I want you to know I appreciate that so much. I'm excited because I really feel like if you share with me, I think that together we can get some of these problems worked out, and I'm very excited about it. For now, I'm going to leave you with a playlist up in the right corner of cleaning secrets, hacks, and tips. It's a playlist of videos I've made, and I think those videos will really help you to get started, and then we will continue together. I really hope that this video has encouraged you and motivated you. Please stay connected in the comment section. As always, know God loves you so much, and I love you too, and I can't wait to see you next time.